is time now for our political insiders. Tony May, Charlie Giroux in studio with us tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Thanks for being here.
All right, thanks for being here, gentlemen. Now, we want to start off with what many people are calling bomb trains. These trains that are carrying this highly volatile oil. It's Bakken crude oil. Rob Hanrahan did a special feature last month. And since Rob's feature, there's been a couple of incidents, no fatalities, but in West Virginia, a home destroyed and a town evacuated as the oil caught fire and burned for several days. What's happening now, Tony May, I know you wanted to speak on this, is that we do have a Harrisburg councilman, Brad Kaplinski, who's stepping forward to try and move up and get some regulations in place.
Brad Kaplinski has jumped in first. Now Senator Bob Casey, U.S. Senator Bob Casey, held a news conference today in Pittsburgh to raise awareness of the issue and call for increased federal scrutiny and safety training for first responders, something that, you know, the 99.97% of trains run safely. Only 0.03% have derailments with
any kind of oil. Now you've got the Bakken crude.
But that's still 3 out of 10,000 trains derail. It's still so the question is, do you want to have bomb trains, or do you want to have safer pipelines? Pipelines are about 10 times as safe as rail transportation, but people still are fighting pipelines. So it's a matter of picking your safety issues and going for more scrutiny.
Do you agree with that,
Tony hit the nail on the head for once here. Pipelines are much safer. And the opposition to pipelines, quite frankly, is opposition to something else, which is the use of fossil fuels. There are still, unfortunately, some radicals in our midst who really would like to turn the lights off on all of us and who will fight the use of safe, responsible development of both Bakken crude oil and natural gas across the United States, which is not only spurring our economy, but saving consumers a lot of money and lessening our dependence on foreign oil, particularly from those who hate us. Pipelines are the answer. The safe and responsible development of them as quickly as possible is the real answer to this.
Now, as Tony, you pointed out, since Rob's report, this story on so-called bomb trains has gone bacterial instead of viral. But no, in all seriousness, as Rob investigated, these trains run through our area on a daily basis. So it's certainly getting the attention not only of us living here, but also the lawmakers here.
Yeah, and thank God nobody has been seriously injured on our soil yet. There was a big accident in West Virginia some time ago, but unfortunately nobody was seriously hurt. These trains have up to 100 cars on them, and there was a derailment up in Canada last year that literally wiped out an entire town. So scrutiny, safety, proper regulation is the answer.
Are we going to see it moving more towards the pipeline discussion?
Well, I think pipelines are going to take a while, but it will make pipeline discussions as a more serious option, I do believe.
All right, we did want to talk about property tax reform real quickly. We know Chip Kelly's been making some crazy trades with the Philadelphia Eagles, but is Tom Wolf's trade-off here between increasing state sales, personal income taxes over the property tax reform, is that worth it?
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day. We have to love Chip Kelly today, but we don't have to. We don't have to love all of these goofy, frankly, trades that are apparent in the Wolf plan. Frankly, I don't think anybody thinks this plan is going to pass as proposed. But here in the mid-state, school districts are going to be particularly hard hit because an overwhelming number of districts in the state are quote-unquote losers, while a relatively small number are winners. Representative Glenn Grell was pointing out that the district in which I live would be getting roughly $6 million in property tax relief while sending out over $30 million. That doesn't seem like it's going to appeal to any constituency.
Tony,
well, it's not something
for a final word.
It's not something goofy if you live in Harrisburg, York, or Lancaster City.
If you live in one of the big cities, you're
where there are lots of poor people who have a hard time paying any taxes, much less high property taxes. They're going to be winners in this, and it's not a goofy idea.
All right, we got to end it there. You can catch our political insiders every Tuesday right here on CBS 21 News at 5:30.
And Sunday mornings at 11:30 for CBS 21's Face the State, right after CBS's Face the Nation.